Welcome to my morning report analysis videos on Wednesday 27th of February with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Hantec Markets. We've got a fairly sort of neutral start in terms of where we're sitting on the forex markets. There's still a continued slight move against the US dollar. Dollar has fallen in the last week or so and continued lower. You had that congressional testimony from Jerome Powell yesterday, sort of reiterating the Fed's patient stance, and that sort of hit Treasury yields lower. You can see that through the 10-year and the 2-year, which dropped away into the close, and that certainly sort of helped to pull the dollar lower. You also had Brexit factors, sterling incredibly strong yesterday. That strength has continued today, it's pretty much seen throughout the forex majors, really. Now, in terms of risk appetite today, you've seen a little bit of a drop lower, sort of possibly attributed to the fact that relations between Pakistan and India are escalating, or tensions are escalating quite sharply in a dispute over the Kashmiri region. And that's certainly not helping risk sentiment, and you can see that the yen has started to just pull a little bit of strength through markets, and equity markets also through the European session are lower as futures in the States have fallen 0.4% in the early moves today. However, broadly speaking, and well, you can see that through VIX index or volatility, which is higher. S&P 500 dropped yesterday, likely to drop again at the open today. But broadly speaking, equity markets seem still fairly well set up, and it could just be a near-term blip, depending on whether this situation escalates in India. But also you've got the meeting between Trump and Kim Jong-un of North Korea today. And for the next 2 days, they're meeting in Vietnam. How's that going to affect markets? Certainly at the moment, markets don't seem to be overly interested, but if there is a move towards denuclearization, which is, again, quite unlikely, but from the North Korean side, then that could help risk appetite improve once more. But certainly it doesn't seem to be too much of an impact at the moment. In terms of other factors, you've got day 2 of Powell's testimony to Congress. Again, unlikely to do too much considering the market sort of got the big move from yesterday. So, in terms of data, we're looking at the US data this afternoon being the main focus. There's nothing really out this morning that you get too interested in until the factory orders at 3 o'clock, expected to grow 0.9% for December, and the pending home sales for US housing markets at 3 o'clock as well, expected to be minus 1.9%. So that takes me to my chart today, which is Euro Yen, which I sort of has been looking at in recent times as the fact this consolidation has been coming through, but the market's been improving. If I zoom in, you can see how this pivot around the 125.40 mark has been an interesting move. The fact that it had been resistance, had been supportive, became resistance. Again, now becomes supportive on the breakout we saw last week, and that is holding. But we've also now seen a move above this this downtrend, again, which is holding. You've got the momentum indicators, which are more positively configured than they've been since September. RSI hitting 60 yesterday, although dropping back a little bit today, and MACD lines above neutral again for the first time since October. So there is more of a positive configuration coming through on Euro Yen. I sort of talked also about this 55-day moving average, which had been resistance all the way down, is now broken above that 25.33, and now becomes a potential basis of support. So you're now seeing old resistance turning into new support for Euro Yen. There hasn't been a decisive move to the upside yet. Little closing breakout above 26 figure certainly improved the outlook on Monday, but a little bit of a slippage back. But I think this slippage is likely to provide a chance to buy. You've got that 25.40 pivot line support you can see on the hourly chart. You've got the momentum on the hourly, which RSI has held above 30 MACD lines. They're sort of hovering just a shade under neutral, but still I think this is the reaction that we got to the initial selling pressure this morning was positive above 25.40. So I think that there is something building in euro yen, and that's likely to see a move back above 26 figure, which would open 26.30, that reaction high from Monday, and then a move towards 27.10 to 27.50, which is the next pivot. So I think that that's likely to come in the next, in the coming days and possibly weeks. So I wish you good luck in trading today, and I will speak to you later.